The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Tuesday, the 11th of August. Gosh, almost halfway through the month. God, time flies. We're looking at the Dow right now, up 98 points. It was up a little bit higher. It's doing okay, but on a closing basis, I want to see it close up about 120 or more points today. It's really important to start moving towards the upside. Remember, this is the rectangle formation, and we'll see what happens. Meantime, we remain long, and we're just going to raise a stop if we have to. Meantime, it's doing okay. The S&P is a little bit different in that it had a higher level consolidation, and that higher level consolidation, let me just show you something here. You see how it's making higher highs and higher lows. That's really important so far. It is up 7.3 at 77.60. The all-time high is 77.93. So it's working its way higher. Look, the 914 is very strong. The MACD is very strong. The histogram is, in fact, still expanding. The stochastic's flat at 89%. You want over 80%, preferably over 90%. This is right there. This is great. On-balance volume has pulled back after that big spike to the upside, so that's understandable. The weekly chart is in leg C, going to 77.94, I think it is. 77.93.34. Let me just double check that. 0.69. We'll continue this leg C. We've got the whole week to monitor that. Meantime, back at the ranch, what we're looking at is the QQQ, because it's kind of weighted with the semiconductors, is up $1 at 721.93. But look, this is a technique I developed a long time ago, and I love it because it's so clear. And of course, with the TradeStation, this particular platform, I can change colors. I can do a lot of different things, which some platforms don't allow you to do. So with that said, what we're looking at here is from that bottom of 661.14, around about the 27th, what was the exact date? I should know the date, 29th of July, we went straight up to a leg A, then a peak A, and it's just kind of stalled. This is the clear line. There's a demarcation, but it's not as clear as that, because in this particular pattern, this is now called a Chapman wave inside track repellent zone. Going above it, going to, let's just say it can hit by Wednesday or so, Thursday, 731 or higher. That's 9 points high. It shouldn't be difficult to do, but if it does that, the 9-period moving average is strong, the MACD is strong, retro strength is good, not strong, but good. Stochastic fabulous at 87%. It should start to move higher to a leg B and a C and a D, and at least try for the 748.65 all-time high. It's not far away, but it has struggled. And I think the reason is that the semiconductors, very mixed market there, up 7.74 at 577.23. It's more. I'm going to draw this in because I like to draw two patterns. One's positive, one's negative, and it tell me. I can't tell it. The 9-period moving average, this is not even an hour into the session. The 9-period moving average has gone positive. And it's really at a leg C right now. That's a very quick A, B, C, and very short in terms of the actual height of the semiconductor. So this is a work in progress. It's had a really a massive decline from 671.83 to 503. I'm talking about massive in the sense that the semiconductors never pull back. And what did they do? Look at that pullback, gone on for weeks. That hasn't happened before. So with that said, let me just do something here. I want you to just follow this. Okay, I think that is the 200-period moving average. This is a leg peak C, struggling, gone a lot of bars, and it hasn't broken above it. Leg A in the 5-minute chart and the 10-minute chart, both of them gave nice sell signals. But now what do? We've had a nice buy. Excuse me. Got my sneeze out the way. And let me just show you something here. This is very interesting. This is the 10-minute chart on gold. It went to peak A, B, C, D. It had an instant restart, and then went E, F, and G. And then it pulled back. And where did it pull back to? The 5-minute 200-period moving average. So gold is up 25 at 4,445. We'll see whether it's going to have that follow through. And I want to show you something in the gold contract. Look, so semiconductors struggling a little bit. I just want to finish with the IWM. A very nice action today, up 171 at 301.68. I have all systems go in terms of upside action. Doesn't tell you where, it just tells you upside action, and great support in the 300 to 298 area, just on the very short-term basis. So that's good for the Russell 2000. Just need to show you the XLK. This is the S&P. Let me just put that in as a B. This is the S&P Tech Sector ETF. Select. And what do we have? We have a peak A and a slightly higher leg B. Maybe it makes a peak B today. We'll watch it closely. And what is the technique I love to use? The channel or the channel wave falling axe formation. That is expanding cone formation. Let me just show you something here. Look, you go to that high. That's the high, all-time high. Then you draw in a trend line, and you can see whether or not it matches. Yep, it just nicked the bottom, but that's the line. So this is a positive for the XLK, and it's in a peak at a peak B in the monthly chart. Peak A, subsidiary, still A's in the weekly chart, and you've got a B in the daily. So there's a bit of a lagged sense there. Let me just show you the AIQ. That is this is the Global X Artificial Intelligence ETF. Look, it looks very similar. Look, peak A and a slightly higher B, and you've got the same channel. So the Global X Artificial Intelligence ETF, we're still long from the 28th, and it's at 63.53. We've got a little bit left. Anyway, I'm watching it very closely. We haven't added to it. I should have added a little earlier, but I didn't. Now, a question came in about the HDX. Look, here's the HDX. This is the Philadelphia Housing Sector Index. Oh, I was in Philadelphia just this past weekend for a day. All right. Okay. So you see there's a Chapman wave inside. Now I can make the colors. This is red. I'll just stick to the reds and I'll use pink. Just doesn't sound right. I have a difficult time. Pink. No, green. Okay. So look, that was a repellent zone. And was it a repellent zone? Well, just look visually. You can see, bam, bam, bam. Every time we got there, it got repelled. So that's the Philadelphia Housing Index. And we'll go to the TBT to see where the yields are. And the yields are up in the higher range. Not the highest range, because that goes to the 44s way back in 2023, where we were ultra short Newman 20-year Treasury bond ETF. So it's stuck in the rectangle formation. Look, as long as it's in the rectangle formation, I'm not worrying about yields. They're just there. They've been there plenty of times, and the market's managed to work within it. Just real quickly, the crude oil is still down, just a little bit down 12 cents. It's trying to break to the upside, but it hasn't. So all I can say is that within the context of, I'll be back. Dow's up 81.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
So I lost about Circle Internet Group. CRCL is the symbol, trading at 73.20, up 6.09. And let me just show you something. Do I see anything in it? Yes, for the first time, I see that rectangle formation has been, has the potential right now to be pierced. And it has until the 14th to get to this high right. Oops, let me just move that up a little bit. To get to this high right here. Okay, move that up. There it is. To get to this high of the 29th of June, which is 76.15. Today's high 73.33. So I've just drawn in the Chapman Wave left side, right side price time match. That's the symmetry, bar symmetry, right? And it goes to, let me just put that in correctly. It goes to the 14th. And by the 14th, it says it hit that 76s level. And more importantly, what we're looking at is it's got a Chapman Wave inside wedge target resistance line. It just hit it today, right there. Let me just explain what I'm doing. So these are techniques that I've developed over the years. I've done webinars on them. It looks like I need to do another webinar on these things, just a purely technical webinar one of these days. Look, there it is. So this is the start. The stochastic's good. It's okay. 59. On balance one's very good. MACD is very strong. I love this pattern where the MACD is rallying very strongly and the price is coming down and then it finds some support. So this was the rectangle before right there, all those highs. And it's been trading within that up and down and up and down and up and down. Now it seems to be breaking above it so far. The high today of 72.35 is the highest high we've had since that high of the 29th of June at 76.15. After that, the next highest high was this one right here on the at 72.86 on the 10th. So this is a work in progress. I don't want to do anything silly here, if you don't mind. I'm looking at this. I just want to see if I can get that A, B, C, D. Yeah, it's trying to work its way higher. But you don't have the NASDAQ following through. I'll have to forego a little bit. Oh, this is the gold. What am I doing here? ESU 26. It's coming back nicely. Okay, good. I wanted to see that. I just need to do just in terms of technical stuff. Need to see follow through. Okay, so this look, the weekly chart just bounced up and down, went to the 200 period moving. It looks like a biotech way, the way the weekly chart had long wicks, but the body of the candle was always at the low. And now it's turning around. The MACD still needs work in the weekly. 914 looks terrible. The stochastic's flat as 7. So yes, I do. But the only way you're going to get the weekly chart to improve, Circle Internet Group builds infrastructure for digital money and blockchain products. Yeah, I like this. So I'm going to say to you, because I know you're watching it very closely, I'm going to say you can start a position here at 72.90. It's above the 57.84 high, low that was made on the 3rd of August. But at the same time, so yeah, it's 14 something points. Yeah, it's quite a bit higher. But look, it's the first time. Now, the rule of thumb in the rectangle formation is that if it breaks the previous high of the arch high, it needs to close above it 2 out of 3 times. So this, we don't know today whether it's going to close above. That was the arch high. 72.68. I really want the one of 72.86. So it has to be over 72.86 for 2 out of 3 sessions. And then I think it has a good chance to pop to that 76s. So yes, it's the first opportunity that you've got where there could be follow through to the upside. The other one said, in the rectangle, stuck. It hits the 72s and then it should come down to the 60s. This time says, maybe this time is different. So the maybe is where you take a chance. But please don't get carried away, and also have a pretty tight stop, because it's a work in progress. And a work in progress is just that, a work in progress. So a circle. Next question I had was, should I get to that now? Let me just, I got my notebook here, finally looking at it. BX. So BX, oh, look at that. Blackstone Inc., up today, up 4.69 at 146.35. I've got this in a leg C in the daily. Very strong move. I've got this in a leg D in the weekly. That means if it fails at a peak D, way underneath the previous major high, that was just the last high, not the all-time high, which is up in the 200 area. This is the high of 16. This is the week of the 16th of January, where it hit 165.14. Here it is, 10 points. 165, 20 points, almost 20 points away. So yeah, it's looking much, much better. Now, when I draw trend lines, I'm prepared to ignore one break of that trend line. So look, just on a visual basis, if you did it with a computer, it's just really, there's too many ifs, ands, or buts. So Blackstone Inc. makes it high, just under 200. Let me just draw this in so that you can see what I'm doing. I also just wanted to tell you what it was and when it was. That was in November of 2024. It goes to 200.96. So it goes 200.96, and that's 11.2024. And it's red because it turned pink on the 9-period moving average. There it is. So it goes peak A, goes to peak G, then it pulls back, then it goes to peak A and a B minus, because it does the dreaded H and takes out the left side low. Now it's done it again, peak A and a leg B. So I like this one. Now I'm talking about trend lines. So the trend line theoretically should go to the wicks, right? Should go to that high. But that's useless. What does that do for me? It does nothing. I want the closest, most often hit. And there it is. Right there. I could even go to that one right there and say, hey, that's the all-time high right there. And now I'm coming down. I'm going to that high. Just misses that one. That one breaks above. But look what happens. It closes under it. So I may as well look at the next level of support, and that's this one right here. Now I'm using the wicks. Why not? So I'm just doing this because it's a work in progress. It means that if it goes above it, I can start to move this trend line. But this is the clue. You're right at the door. If at 145.93, if by Friday, because the monthly chart, but if by Friday it's managed to tag 150, that's another 4 sessions. You've got to include today as a full session. We're not even an hour into the session. That'll be very good action. More importantly, the support now is on a short-term basis between 140 and 137. So that was a Blackstone Group, and I can't remember if you were already in it or not, but that's what I wanted to do. The next one was BLK. BLK, so you got Blackstone, then you got BlackRock funding. So both of them in the financial area. Whoa, this went to a leg E this morning in the daily chart. And it's a leg E in the weekly chart. Interesting, all these E's, huh? And I have a left side, right side price time match of 1181.36 as a target over the next couple of weeks. But I'll give you the Chapman Wave inside wedge dash green because it's rising resistance level over the next week or so, and that's at 1,162. All right, it's trading right now at 1,151. Yeah, very good action. And the weekly chart is making that cup pattern. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, guys up 54, giving back some of the gains. S&P is now up 3.78. I'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. ALPS Distributors, Inc.
The BlackRock funding is pensions, funds, etc. So it's trading up 20 at 1151. So what's really important about this particular pattern right now, the 9's over the 14, the price is way over the 9. MACD is good. Stochastics at 85%, 86%, very nice. On balance, volume is just okay. It's not doing all that much. And relative strength is very good. So as I'm looking at this with the cup formation, it's really not a matter of the upside. I just want to, I'm sure someone's going to ask me the question about, do I have a falling axe in the monthly? Yeah. Look, I go to the outside. That's the high that was made 1181. And I draw this in. I haven't been able to get that exact the first time. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. See how it broke? So this is a falling axe with a rising price. Then suddenly it turns down sharply and it makes lower highs and much lower lows. And it forms a cup formation or a V-shaped formation. And it starts running and it breaks the upper downtrend line. And that's exactly what's happened here. But the 9-period moving average never went negative when the price for out of 5 months, the price went under the 14, 4 out of the 5 months. So that's really positive. This is like a spring, lotus spring moving to the upside. So I suspect that it's going to try to go to the 1219.94 all-time high. 1219.94 all-time high. Yeah, and that was made in 2025. So that's going to be very interesting. So this is the whole financial thing. Look at the XLF. XLF trading up 3 cents today, made a peak C. I'm anticipating it does try for the leg D, or it makes a peak C1, C2, but it's just starting to stall a little bit here. But it's done fantastically. It's gone to all-time highs. Remember, this is the chart that we were looking at right here. This chart right here. Let me click it. And you can see there it is. SPY in pink, all-time highs. The XLF, S&P Select Financial in blue, all-time highs. I thought that they would turn down together. They sort of did what I was looking at. And then over the last week, they just broke into the upside, both of them in unison. I like that because that says that you've now got the most important thing, the financials going to all-time highs, with the S&P almost at all-time highs. This is really very important. And even more significant is that, let me just show you something else. Look, so there's this rotation that's gone on. So first of all, Dow, all-time high on the 5th of August. Just kind of stalled here. The XLF, as I said, XLF, all-time high. Also, I think it was the same day, but still holding very well. The IYT, the transport. Now, if you put this together as a package, you've got what you really want to be seeing, and that is the 16th of July was the high of the IYT, iShares Transportation Index. It made a round number 90. It went to 90.06. Next day, the high was 90.00. And since then, it's plunged to the 83s. Then it's bounced, and now it's at 87. But the fact that these things have been moving to all-time highs in this environment says, together with the SMHs, which are still way under the 671.83 June 22nd high, just tells you that toppy formations are kind of rotational. Bottoms are made in synchronicity. Look at this April low right here. The Van Eck Semiconductor, everything made the April low. So that means that I'm following this to say there is still enough residual strength in the key indices using a little bit of Dow theory. And that says to me, so far, August should still be a very positive month. All right, let's get back to the story now. Where was it? EWJ. EWJ, that's the Japanese ETF. I have not updated this in ages, and then I lost all the data in any case. So let's just do that right now. EWJ is at 96.61, up 56 cents. And what was the question? Let's see. The user wants to know. EWJ, exactly the same as Basil's analysis on semiconductors. If semiconductors start working, then EWJ will break out. So far, nothing related to semiconductors is working. So let's just do this. Look, you see, that looks like a low. No, that's the low right there. So the daily, can I put an up arrow? Yes, the stochastic's at 91%. That is fabulous action. So this is the EWJ, ETF, Japan, A, B, peak C. That's the daily. The weekly, always go to the left side low. Well, I think you can take this as the low right here. I can do the others. It's not necessary. This to me is the most obvious left side low. And what did we get? We got peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D, and we may be trying to double top here. And what's the monthly chart like? Here I have to go to the low. So that's the low from April and July. I think it was August or September of 2022. And we've got a peak A right there. And all I'm doing is I'm labeling them, each one successively, based on, I'm going to put this in as an up arrow right now. Why not? Because you can see that is the low. Then I'll just circle it, because every single peak above this gets counted from that trough, from that low. Boy, we're teaching this AI program that was the rule. It would repeat it to me over and over and then make a mistake. Unbelievable. I mean, I've written this down. It's going to be a nice story one day. If I don't have the patience to even do it. But yeah, AI, man, AI should be okay. There we go. This is called the iShares MSCI Japan ETFs. I'll just put Japan ETF. Okay, so have a look at that ETF. Very strong, doing very nicely. So yeah, you can relate them. You can relate it to the semiconductors, but have a look at this monthly chart. You see this? This is a very strong. Look, MACD relative strength is not as good as it was at that peak A, but it's still very strong. Stochastics flat at 87%. On balance volume is good. Relative strength, yeah, as I said. So now look at this. Keep your eye on the right-hand chart. Look, SMH. That's a different chart. Now that has the look that it should go EFG, that it should be a G/C. I don't want to do that right now. I'm just going to call it a C because I say a G could continue because the 9-period moving average did not go negative. So that says this just could be a continuation pattern. This is something, one of the things that I learned over the last, I'd say 2 years, is that 914, when it holds and the prices pull back, it can sometimes just continue the alphabet to a G. So I can't rule it out, but they are two different patterns. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Ignition's out. Now the Dow's down 1, S&P's up 3. Be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. ALPS Distributors, Inc.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So, especially the downstairs PSX at 51, yeah. So I featured this last night. I did my video because I wasn't here on Friday afternoon to do my weekly hour and a half long video overview with looking at different sectors and why I like them and what I'm thinking. So we liked this a little earlier on. And what I said in the video is that when people talk about this market, it's rotated. Look at this. Boston Scientific Corporation Medical Instruments goes from the 42 level, little double bottom at 42, is trading at 51. It's only 7 points, 9 points, 18 or so percent up. But it's not the point. The point is that when you finally make a top or a bottom, it's the daily chart that goes to the weekly chart, that goes to the monthly chart. So the daily chart gave you this H pattern. Oh, I had it all drawn in, and then I lost the notation. I didn't have a chance to put it back. It went to a lowercase h, it goes to a lowercase m, and then it breaks out in a kind of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. We've seen this so many times now. Look, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, double shoulder, and then it breaks out. So I mentioned that these things are doing well. Boston Scientific, I mean, you're focusing on it for a while, saying it's looking very good. We have not got it because we've got other things. But at the same time, the weekly chart is horrible. But by Friday, look at that rising 9-period moving average in the weekly. And look, finally, you've got the black 14-period moving average, which is much higher, turning up. Instead of flattening, it's actually turning up. That's a good sign because the MACD is already cross positive. The retro strength is building very nicely. Stochastic's terrible at 24%. But this is the way you go from the short term to the next time frame and then the next. So I wouldn't even look at the monthly chart, having gone from the 100 and... Did I not put that in? I thought I had it. From the peak D at 109.5 September. So 109.50. Let me just put that in. 109.50. And I think it was 9 to 2025. 2025. Yeah. And have a look at that. It goes from 109 down to the 40 level. I would say that that's more than cut in half. Ugly. But that's not the point. You want to go from the daily. Eventually, you want to see the 9-period moving average cross positive in the weekly. That's great. That goes from a buy signal probably to a buy mode upgrade, maybe. And then the monthly chart you don't have to worry about. You've got the tidal turn. That's the most important thing. Look, MDT, Medtronics, I focused on this as well as one of those that's starting to improve. Even a better chart, trading at 90.33, up 92 cents. Leg E, this actually could be E/B. Leg C in the weekly over the 200-period moving average, and it goes from a high in the 106 area back in also August or so of 2025, plummets down to the 73s. So this is very good action. Look at TMO. This is Thermo Fisher Scientific, one of the great companies. Medical. These are all medical instrument companies. This is Thermo Fisher Scientific Inc. Look at that. Gone to, it had a round number back on the 26th of July. It pulled back, and then it double bottom, made that H pattern, and now it's a brand new. This could, in fact, be A, B, C. Either way, it could be A, B, C, right? So this is looking very good, and the weekly chart is only in a leg B. If I had to do a left side, right side price time match, I wouldn't go to this low because it looks like it's too far out. I saw on this doji candle here, and it says by the week of August, what's the last week of August? Let me move this across. August is the week of the 24th. There's a chance that if it manages to get to the 635 level, that you could start to look at that most recent high of 643.99 back in this year, March or so of this year. So yeah, and a couple of others, but those are the ones that I wanted to feature. So that's what I'm saying, that there's a rotation going on. That's why the gold is so important. Look at the gold. Gold GDX was weak before. Now look at it. It just made a leg D. Let's see what happens with this leg D. Is it going to be an instant gaps up? And everyone says, oh, what about those 1, 2, 3 gap plays? I don't do 3 gap plays. I'm sorry. I just look at the 914. If it comes down and has to fill one gap, then we start looking at the next. But I don't say, oh my God, 3 gap play. I can't do that. A little bit overbought on the on-balance volume. Stochastic at 96% in the daily chart, but in the weekly is only 32%. So this is really positive. So this has gone to a leg D by a fraction. I just done this visually. You might not be able to see it, but I've been so many hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these that I'm seeing this as a leg D, and it continued the leg B. That's what we wanted to see, that this week continued leg B and it didn't make a peak B. So that's good. And there's the Chapman inside track repellent zone. And we do still have our physical goals, etc. So this is nice action. Just wanted to quickly look here to see, finally you got to the 200 period moving average in the 1 minute chart. So that is a good sign. I'm just going to say that it's a work in progress because it is the rectangle formation, but it's starting to improve enough for me to say that there's a chance that the E-mini, well, we haven't seen it yet. If the 5 minute chart can go green, that'll be a big improvement. It hasn't yet, but if it's able to do that, I could say that usually by Larry's show, we've gotten to a leg D in the 10 minute chart, but this is too much to ask for. We made a peak D at that high back at 7 o'clock in the 77.95 area, came plummeting down to the 77, 72-ish area. And what do we got now? Oh, what happened there? Yes. So, and now what we've got is an attempt to get out of this rectangle formation. I think it should work, but we'll see. All right, let's get back to our story. And the question became, where are we? So BSX, I love BSX. I should rather just tell you where the support is because it's on its own trajectory. It's in leg. Ooh, wait a minute. That's peak C right there. Oh, that must have slipped off while I wasn't looking. It just slipped off the pedestal, but that is a peak C and that's a leg D. Support is all in this area of 49.50 to 47.90. Let's call it 48. That's a very short-term support. Okay? Now, another thing is within the context of rotation, you've seen something going on that I think is quite fascinating. So let's just go, look, here's the gold. So gold is gone. There's a leg C. It's up 33. It's nice action, trying to push away from the 200 period moving average. It really needs to get to the 4,500s and hold there for 2 out of 3 sessions to say, I'm done with the 200 period moving average. I'm moving higher. But the weekly chart, you can see it's a work in progress. That pink 9 period moving average is a long way to go green. The 9, that's the 914. The MACD hasn't turned positive yet. Relative strength is improving a lot. Stochastic is terrible at 22%, and the on-balance volume has made a W formation, but it's really not showing strength. So volume needs to come in to really say, this is the breakout. There's a difference between the patterns in the and the gold and the silver. Look, silver, look at that weekly chart. And I won't take time just yet. When I get back, I'll do a real brief thing. I'll be doing Tom's show at 3 p.m. this afternoon. I'll be interviewing Tim Ward. You all want to hear that. And in the meantime, back at the ranch, I was up 7. Giving back some of the S&P's improving a little bit. It's up 6. I'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So let me just do this as we're wrapping up. The FXI is holding at the 200-period moving level, and it's bouncing around. That's what I said about a couple of days ago. I'm looking at the FXI, and the 200-period moving average is like a magnet. It's going up a little bit, then it goes down a little bit. It keeps coming back to the 38.17 level, 36.17. It's at 35.76. So far, that's the key. It needs to push into 37.80 to say, hey, I'm breaking away. Now, let me just sum this up. So there's a rotation going on. For subscribers, we're trying to get into these different areas. We're looking at them positively and saying they should show, and I have to say once again, the uranium area is acting quite, leg B and the URNM, so that's another area that's starting to improve, some of the metals, etc. Now, within that context, it might mean that as money is coming out, I was asked about a stock, I didn't want to do it, but I'll just do that because I was asked about Rubric. This is Rubric Inc., Faith Educators, trading at 98.17. Yes, we did start a position in that. My belief is that stocks that go to the 95s, very quickly go to the 105s. I don't know if this is going to be the case, but it's happened a couple of times for us, and we'll see if that's going to be the case here. It looks very strong. So I'm summing up and I'm saying if the Dow, and I need to see this, if the Dow is up over 120, I think I said today, after 130, that's going to be a big positive. If it starts to pull back and it's down 80%, it says, stalling formation, and that kind of corresponds with a slightly overbought, a lot of excitement to the upside. And maybe crude oil comes back again and scares the market. But right now, crude oil is just stuck in the 82-ish area. So I'm positive on the market. It's becoming more selective, even though it's broadening out to a certain extent. You've got a Wayfair which pulls back sharply, but then goes on to higher. So it's rotating even through the different sectors. So with that said, I'll be back. I'll see you at 3 p.m. to the Tom O'Brien Show. Tommy can't make it. And Basil Chapman signing off. Check out my opening call daily newsletter. I will see you in a few hours. Have a great rest of the day. And so tuned for Steve Rhodes.